Hey guys, welcome back to another pick a card reading. For this video, we are going to be taking a look at what makes you sexy. Okay, so if you are under 18, please click off of this video. This is an 18 plus reading. So if you are a minor, just go watch another video, please. I just don't want to deal with that right now. If you guys are new to pick a card readings and you are over 18, we have 4 piles here. Pile 1, 2, 3, and 4. So feel free to pause this video for a second if you need some time to meditate on which of these piles you feel the most drawn to. You can either choose based on the crystal or the pile itself. Doesn't matter. Also feel free to choose multiple groups if you feel drawn to multiple piles. There's no shame in that. There could be multiple things that make you sexy, okay? So yeah, that's all I have for you guys. Thanks for watching, and without further ado, let's start with group 1. Hey group 1, welcome to your reading. For all of you who chose this pile or this black obsidian crystal, this is the reading for you guys. Let's just jump right into it. Let's find out what makes you sexy. Let's start off with these cards first. So we have fire and ice, and then we also have heaven. Ooh, guys. So with fire and ice, off the bat, there are 2 different sides to you, okay? You could be really fiery one moment and then really subdued the next, okay? People don't really know what to expect of you, and that is super sexy. People never know what they're gonna get. If they're gonna get the more introverted you or the one who's feeling more extroverted and fired up, okay? So yeah, that's super exciting. I feel like your unpredictability and you kind of being in different states is sexy to people. People don't know what they're getting themselves into. They kind of know that dealing with you, something unexpected is going to happen. They will be surprised with you, okay? And then with heaven, I get the sense that you are really ideal. So your body, your looks are kind of like the ideal. When people think of heaven, they think of, you know, their own kind of paradise and what they see as paradise, right? So it is subjective, but I feel like for the most part, the way you look physically is really ideal. So if you're a girl, right, you could have gorgeous long hair and kind of look really like standard. I'm not talking about like looking basic necessarily, but your look is really ideal, okay? It's the type of ideal, beauty ideal that many women or men really desire, okay? So yeah, with heaven, you guys fit that ideal physically. You look really sexy in that ideal kind of way. So let's bring in some sexual magic tarot cards. Okay, so we have Queen of Pentacles. Or no, wait, sorry. We have the Queen of Chalices. This is like the Queen of Cups, alright? And then we also have the Knight of Chalices or the Knight of Cups. Ooh, okay. And then we also have, okay, here we have it, the Queen of Pentacles. Oh my gosh, the Queen of Pentacles, as well as the 8 of Swords. Okay, this is cool. It is interesting that we have 2 queens here, and they are kind of both, well, they are both from opposite elements. We have the Chalices, which is water, and then Pentacles, which is earth, and they're opposite elements. So it is reminding me of this fire and ice. Like, again, you have 2 sides to you. You can go to extremes, okay, which people are here for, okay? It is something that's really sexy about you. And it can also be something that's like misleading, you know? People think at first that you are a certain way or you're a specific type of person, but then once they hang out with you a couple more times or they get to know you better, they realize like, oh shit, I had no idea what I was in for with this bitch or with whoever, you know. They're like really surprised. Like people get caught off guard with you. But that's sexy. Like that's hot, okay? You guys can be really feisty, but then really shy, you know, like the next moment people get really surprised by you a lot of the time. I feel like with the Knight of Chalices, what's also really sexy about you guys is that you wait for people to come to you, okay? You will just wait for people to approach you. You don't ever go up to anyone or like ask people out or make the first move in a way. Like you wait for people to come to you and you kind of like watch and, you know, wait for them to prove themselves, okay? So you don't feel the need to go out and seek out what you want. You wait for it to come to you, which is super sexy. I feel like people might be intimidated by you in that way. Like people might not want to approach you, or it's the type of thing where you're just like too hot to handle group one. Like people, they might be intimidated by how hot you are. Like, should I approach this person? Like, man, I feel like you guys are just on a different level of hotness here. And then with the Queen of Pentacles, there could be like a specific feature that you guys have that is really fetishable, okay? Because like we do have in this image this dude that's kind of touching her foot. So you could have great feet. You could have nice breasts, okay? There's some particular feature that you guys have that is really like a fetish that people find extremely sexy about you, okay? You could also have really like nice hands. That could be a thing here. Yeah, I'm just picking up on like hands, boobs, feet, okay? Yeah. But if you are a woman though, there is something especially that's very sexy about you. It's that you guys won't like submit to anyone. You won't seek out anyone. You let them come to you and then you let them prove themselves worthy here, okay? Because in both of these images, we have these women who are letting the men like do all the work, okay? So if you are a woman, that is definitely something that's really sexy about you. You let others prove themselves worthy of your trust and your time before you act, okay? And it's a similar thing here with the Eight of Swords. Like when I see this card, obviously the woman, she's on the bottom, right? But I do get the feeling with this pile that you guys like to be on top or you guys like to kind of lead or take control in the bedroom, which people find like really hot. Your confidence, the way you lead the dance, kind of, regardless of your gender. I feel like this pile can be more on the dominant side. I feel like you guys have a really sultry kind of look. You might be a bit more tan or even have like reddish tones in your hair. It's just really funny. Like there's this contradictory nature that you guys have. Like you want people to come to you, right? You don't seek out anyone. But then once they come to you, then you kind of take charge of the relationship or kind of lead the way from there. Let's get some more cards. Okay, so we have some Mermaid Oracle cards here. So we have the Unseen, Too Much is Hidden from You. And we also have Freedom. It says independence, self-determination. Yeah, with Freedom, this is definitely the vibe of this pile. You guys don't follow the rules, right? You do things your own way. I'm getting a really daring energy here. So people feel like they can break the rules with you, like they can act out taboos with you, right? This is a very rebellious energy in that way. Yeah, that's something that's very sexy about you. And then we have the Unseen. This is kind of like a darker sexual energy here. This can also be a really deep water energy as well. So like, yeah, we have the Queen of Cups, the Knight of Cups. There is a fair amount of that deep water energy here. So I just get with this, it's the type of siren-esque sexiness that you guys have. Like, you will lure men to their deaths or to the depths of the sea, right? It's the kind of thing, again, where you wait for people to come to you. You don't seek out anyone. You kind of lure people in, and then they're caught in your web or your cave, okay? People, like, once they're drawn into you, it's kind of the type of thing where it's really hard for them to get out or to break from your spell, okay? You guys have a really hypnotic kind of bubble or like magic that you work on others. That's really sexy. Okay, so for your last cards, we have Her Wicked Ways. Oh my gosh, this is like a really cold, yeah, this is a really cold woman here. We have the Ice Queen. And then we also have Date with Destiny. So with Her Wicked Ways, you guys can be a bit manipulative. There is a kind of power play going on with you guys. You do like to be the one who is in charge, or the one who has the upper hand in terms of power in a relationship, okay? So this can be a really manipulative energy. She has a really icy stare. Again, this is just going back to the fire and ice. You guys can be really passionate, really fiery one moment, and then the next you can be so withdrawn and just as cold as a closed door, okay? So people are oftentimes like just tricked by you. They feel like deceived in a way. That's also something that I get with the Unseen card here. Oh my gosh, it's bright. Sorry about the lighting, it's kind of really white. But going back to this, I do feel like oftentimes people just get drawn into your energy, like your web, right? And they just get tricked, like they get confused, like you're not quite what you seem, but also at the same time, you can be anything. Like, you can be fire, you can be ice, you are the ideal, right? Like, physically, you guys look like the ideal kind of beauty type. But with freedom, it's like you break all the rules, you don't fit the mold. And yeah, like people definitely don't get you at first, okay? It definitely takes some time, but it's just very sexy how people get drawn in by you. You know, people have this fascination with you and how you lure people in with your stare, with your eyes, just by itself, okay? I feel like your eyes, if you chose this pile, you guys have really penetrating eyes, a really penetrating gaze. And I also feel like you guys have like a resting bitch face most of the time with this card. You guys don't give much away. You probably have a really good poker face. So people kind of find that sexy as well. The fact that you don't give much away. And yeah, that you can be really mysterious. Like, what you see isn't what you get at first. And how you have this on again, off again, like, quality. With Date with Destiny, again, this is the kind of energy that's uncontrollable. People don't know what they're getting themselves into with you. And it's the type of thing where people find it sexy how they know they're in for a rough night or like a rough ride with you whenever they see you, or whenever they have to say something to you. They never know like how you're gonna take it, or how deep things can get with you, okay? This is also a really profound energy that has a lot of depth, Date with Destiny. And it's just really uncontrollable. You guys can be really flighty, fierce, rebellious, and daring as well, okay? Also, it's a similar thing with both these cards. I just feel like I'm so drawn into the eyes, the gaze. Same thing here. Maybe you have like the eye color or just the way you stare. It's very captivating. Like you pull people in. You guys have a magnetism and you guys don't even need to try. Like you can just stare at someone and kind of undress them with your eyes and kind of telepathically say to them, you want me, like, you know I'm hot, right? But yeah, with these droopy eyes, I feel like if you chose this pile, your eyes are a key part of, or just your stare in general. Your penetrating gaze is a huge part of what makes you sexy, all right? So yeah, those are the main things I'm receiving for this pile. So I will leave it at that for now. I hope this reading was helpful. I hope you guys liked it and it resonated. If you did like it, feel free to give this video a thumbs up, comment, or subscribe. I would really appreciate that. And yeah, I hope you guys are having a super amazing day wherever you're at. Stay awesome, and I will see you guys later. Hey group 2, welcome to your reading. For all of you who chose this pile or this beautiful blue calcite crystal, this reading is for you. Let's just hop right into it. Let's find out what makes you sexy. Put those off to the side. Let's start out with these cards. Okay, so we have Sacred Convergence, and we also have the spaces between the worlds. Okay, so what's jumping out at me off the bat is spaces. I feel like you guys are really distant, okay? So that could be like emotionally, physically. People, they can't like seek you out. Like people just don't know where to find you. There's a lot of distance between you and people. You are very distant and elusive. Like people can't quite pin you down or label you as one specific thing, okay? So I feel like that's one thing that makes you guys really sexy, is the fact that you are everything and nothing at the same time. You don't really fit into one specific mold of an ideal or a specific type, okay? And people have a hard time getting to you. Like people don't know how to find you, how to reach you. You could be hard to get close to emotionally. People might not know how to approach you or quite where you stand. I also feel like something that's also really sexy about you guys is your creativity. I am picking up on a specific artsy moment with this pile, okay? So if you chose this group, you guys are probably really creative. You can paint, draw. You have an eye for color and for aesthetics, okay? All right, let's get more into this. Let's take a look at Sexual Magic Tarot. Okay, so we have Justice. Ooh. Okay, and then we also have the King of Wands, the Two of Swords, as well as the Nine of Wands. Cool. With Justice, I feel like you guys are well endowed, okay? So like big boobs, big breasts, but also you guys are really balanced. So you could have more of like an hourglass shape or whatever shape you are physically. It just makes sense. It's symmetrical. You don't have too much pudge in one area or another. Like it just makes sense with you physically. Like your body, also like the way it moves. You guys can be really graceful as well. Maybe some of you guys dance or do sports, okay? I feel like physically, like the way your body looks, but also the way it moves is in complete like alignment with the way that you express yourself. And it's kind of like poetic too. You guys are really like sensual. I feel like you guys also just look really good in dresses, especially dresses that are strapless, okay? That is a specific message that's coming up for this pile, is that you guys look really sexy in dresses, especially like looser fitting dresses with lace that might be a bit more sheer. Yeah. I also feel like you guys are really passionate. Again, like you guys can be really creative. You like to express your energy through a creative outlook in the arts, or sorry, outlet. Outlet. So in the arts, so like music, dancing, painting. That is something that's really like a turn on about you guys, is that you can draw, or you can just work with lines, with movement, okay? I do feel like you guys are really vulnerable. At times, you guys like to keep an open mind about people. People like to think that they could get to know you like on a deeper level, okay? I do feel like you guys have a specific kind of like vulnerability. Maybe you guys are a bit on the shyer side, and opening up to people can be hard, but yeah, because I feel like this pile is more emotionally like distant, like you're not quite in the present, but also at the same time, like you're connected to your higher self, to this higher source. That's what I'm seeing with sacred convergence. I feel like you guys can at times not really be in the present moment. You have a more detached way about you. You could be detached from your body, you know? I also feel like people see you as more like passive, okay? Or someone who like they would like to dominate in the bedroom, okay? I do feel like that is a thing for you guys. Also with the Two of Swords, I feel like people vie for your attention here, because he's offering her the rose, and she sees it, but she's not quite there, right? She's off somewhere else with the fairies, or she's just not really noticing. I feel like people think that they need to compensate, or people need to work harder to get noticed by you, okay? That is something that's really sexy. I feel like this pile has high standards. So just for you to notice someone, like they would have to be ultra generous. They would have to go out of their way, okay, to get noticed by you. With the Nine of Wands, I feel like you guys are really compassionate. You guys understand people. You are really open, as I said, and vulnerable. You guys have a way with people where they feel like they can open up to you about their problems. They can talk to you to get advice. Similar thing with the Justice. I feel like people seek out your advice and your logical side, okay? But yeah, with this pile, off the bat, it's just, you guys are really like distant. You guys are detached. So people, yeah, like they need to work harder to get noticed by you or to get close to you. You guys can be that more like play hard to get type, which is sexy, okay? All right, let's take a look at some more cards here. So we have, okay, so we have Sanctuary. It says privacy, inviolate personal space, respected boundaries, and taboos. And then we also have receptivity, allow yourself to receive, allow yourself to give. Okay, so with Sanctuary, you guys are really private, and that's why people have a hard time getting close to you or getting to know you. They never know where you're at, how to get in contact with you. Again, you guys are really elusive and just hard to scope out. So that's how it feels getting to know you. It's like peeling an onion with you guys. You guys go so deep, and it's a challenge. I feel like that's what's sexy about you. You guys are such a challenge to get close to or to get noticed by. And then with receptivity, you guys, again, you have this vulnerability. You can connect with people on a really deep, soulful level. So people find that just really like fascinating. People are fascinated by your compassion, because on the one hand, like you can be really distant, right? But then when you can connect with people, also emotionally and make them feel really warm, okay? I also feel like you guys are really generous as well. You guys are really kind people. I feel like you guys, what's really sexy about you in an interesting way is that you have a really innocent look about you, which people, like people would want to dominate you in the bedroom. I feel like that is a really strong message that is coming through for you guys, because you have a more, not like passive look, but you guys are really sweet and generous and hard to pin down, okay? You guys are that challenge, so people ultimately fantasize about conquering you and like winning you over, okay? All right, so we have the Maven of Masks as well as the Velvet Queen. Ooh, guys, the Velvet Queen. Okay, with the Velvet Queen, this is a card of softness, compassion, of course. Some of you guys might really look good in like velvet or like purples, violets. I feel like you guys have a strong connection to nature and to flowers as well. Like, you guys look really good in that kind of aesthetic or that kind of environment, okay? I'm also picking up on Cancer energy with this pile. I don't know why that is. Maybe some of you guys have some Cancer in your chart. There is just a really sweet, like delicious energy here, okay? That people seek out your energy. People really want to get close to it. People want you to like them, okay? Again, you guys are such a challenge. Like, people want your attention. They want your generosity, your time. I also feel like with Sanctuary, you guys probably spend a lot of time by yourself. You guys are really comfortable by yourself, and also like spend a lot of time on self-care as well, which is really sexy. So you guys always kind of look well put together, whether that be like with good makeup, really pretty hair, or like the outfits that you wear are really well put together. I do feel like with this pile, it's such an aesthetic moment, okay? And that's such a big part of like what people are so drawn into by, and like what they find sexy about you is like your aesthetic, your grace, the way you move, and the way you see the world. With the Maven of Masks, this can be a really mischievous energy, okay? This is about changing up your appearance, switching masks, trying out different personalities from time to time, or maybe like every day. You guys are really adaptable. This is something that is also really sexy about you. You could look good in any outfit, any environment. You could fit in. People wouldn't know the difference. People would think that's just who you are, when in reality it's just you guys experimenting with the way that you look or trying out a different personality or mask, all right? But yeah, this is definitely something that's really hot about you, like that you change up your appearance a lot, or that physically you can adapt, you can look good in multiple, like a wide variety of different looks, okay? You guys aren't like the ideal beauty type, but you can go between a lot of different looks and just really look authentic, okay? This is the type of thing where you guys don't really fit into one specific mold, or you're not one specific type, but you look really good in multiple different shades of colors, hairstyles. Like, you guys could do modeling or acting, because you, like, physically, you could look the part. You could fit into multiple different characters or personality types, and people don't really know which one is really you or what is not. There is a type of mystique here with this pile where people don't really know the real you, okay? It's the same thing with this energy at the beginning, where you guys are just really distant and therefore attractive and sexy. People want that. People just want your time, your attention. You guys are like the ultimate challenge, all right? So yeah, these are the main things I'm receiving for now. So I will leave this reading at that. I hope you guys liked it. I hope it resonated. If you guys did like it, feel free to give this video a thumbs up, comment, or subscribe. I would really appreciate that. And yeah, I hope you guys are having a super amazing day wherever you're at. Stay awesome, and I will see you guys later. Hey group 3, welcome to your reading for all of you who chose this pile or this gorgeous yellow topaz. This one is for you guys. So let's just dive right into it. Let's find out what makes you sexy. So let's start off with these two cards. Okay, so we have intimacy as well as the lovers. Okay guys, so you guys are just really hot. Like, I get the feeling if you chose this pile, you turn heads. Like, there's something about you physically, because we have the lovers here, that just looks like fire, okay? You guys are just really striking. And you have natural features that are considered, or that are more like traditionally considered to be sexy. So maybe some of you guys have really like dark eyebrows that are sharp, like a really fire look, you know? Or maybe some of you guys have like a really lustrous mane of hair, or like a really big butt. There is just something about you that just screams like fuckable, all right? I'm just gonna say it, like that's the vibe of this pile. With intimacy, people want you alone, like people want to be up in your space, up close and personal, and people want your attention, okay? I do feel like with the lovers, people do get jealous when they see you with other people, like other men or other women. People really like get jealous, even if they don't even know you that well. People think you're hot, okay? This is some serious stuff. You chose this pile. With the lovers too, I think you guys are really fun, really wild. The lovers is a really youthful energy. It's associated with Gemini, so people could, yeah, like get the sense that you aren't always up to no, like good, you know, that you guys could be a bit sneaky, but like in a good way, in a sexy way. I feel like people would want to commit a crime with you. Or yeah, like with intimacy, people want you alone. People feel like they can share things with you that they have never shared with anyone, all right? Okay, so let's get more into this. Let's take a look at your sexual magic tarot cards. So we have the 10 of Swords. Oh my gosh, look at this card, guys. This is like something else. Do you see that? Okay, she's wearing a corset. Honestly, maybe some of you guys can rock a corset look and can just look really slutty and it's fine, you know? I don't know if that's like a thing with some of you guys where you just naturally look like a slut or a fuckboy, you know? And people don't say anything, okay? With you, it comes off as really natural. I feel like you guys are a hot mess, okay? And that's kind of what people interpret it as, okay? People wouldn't like call you a player or like a whore, right? They just assume that you're a mess, okay? But in a sexy way, okay? This is a sexy reading, so yeah. And she's like weeping here too. Maybe some of you guys just have these chaotic periods in your life. You guys are kind of always going through these ups and downs, and people kind of know like, oh yeah, she's going through something, or she's dealing with some shit, you know? This is really like messy kind of energy here, but it is really sexy. So the next card we have is the Hermit, okay, as well as the Wheel and the, what is this? This is the Page of Wands, okay? The knaves are pages, so Yeah, this is actually really reminding me of this lover energy and the intimacy card. These kind of are mirroring each other. Like, they're the same card. Okay, so with the Hermit, again, like, people get jealous when they see you in a relationship or when they see you with the opposite sex, because I feel like you guys just naturally just evoke that kind of lustful energy, all right? And people naturally just like yearn after you. People can't resist the way you look. Especially in tight clothing. I just feel, going back to this Ten of Swords card, this corset, like, you guys look good in tight, skimpy things, all right? You guys turn heads and get noticed for how sexy you are. With the Wheel, this is a really fun energy. So with the Lovers as well, it's a really youthful vibe with you guys. You can be really fun, exciting, you have a lot of energy, especially like in the bedroom, or that's like the impression that you give off, that you would be more like a wild lover, someone who isn't afraid to experiment, try new things. Even like with the same sex, I feel like some of you guys might attract people of the same sex, like regardless of your sexuality. You just give off the vibe that you could go either way. So that is a message that's coming through. But yeah, with the Wheel, this is like fun, excitement. You give off the vibe like you would be like a really fun lover to have. And then yeah, with the Page of Wands or the Knave of Wands, you guys are really passionate people. You have a zest for life. You just love to have a good time, like a wild time. You guys are the life of the party. You guys can, again, be like really messy with things, but it's all in good fun, and it really like turns people on how like reckless you can be, how like passionate, and like these states that you can get yourself into, like either emotionally or physically, where you like lose control, okay? People are really turned on by that. I just feel though, like if you chose this pile, your body is so, like the curves of your body, you guys might be a bit more on the curvy side. People are just naturally turned on by you. I also get the sense with these cards, like you guys have really great legs. If you're a guy, you probably have a really good back, you know, like really good back muscles, or you have like a really strong, capable look, okay? But regardless of your gender, I do get the feeling like you have really good muscles, good legs, long legs. And you guys look really like confident in your body. You're really comfortable with being naked or just with being like wild, okay? You guys might have a more like animalistic or creature-esque look about you. Okay, so let's take a look at your Mermaid Oracle cards. We have Transparency, Honest, Authentic, Genuine, Present, as well as Yearning. Yeah, like yearning, longing for someone, undesired separation, pining. Yeah, like people naturally just yearn for like the way you look. Either like other people of your gender just want to look like you. People from the opposite sex like want you. You know, it's the type of thing where people, they either want to be you or they just want you, like physically, you know? With Transparency, you have a really just honest, like raw sexual energy that emanates from you. I feel like you guys are really in tune with your body, the way you move. It's very purposeful. Like you guys know what you're doing with your body and like the way that you look. You guys can be just really like blatantly sexual, and people, yeah, like people have a hard time just doing nothing, you know, just sitting by watching you doing nothing. I think you guys are really like desirable. I also get the sense with your body that, again, as I said, it's probably really curvy, well defined, You guys have like muscles, you got length and build to you, right? I also am getting the sense that your body almost looks like a statue in a way. It's that kind of ideal, right? You guys have like traditional looking features that evoke lust and like yearning, right? When I look at this card, I almost get the sense that like with him, I don't know what's going on like in this photo. I guess she's trying to save him or something. But I feel like people just, they see your body and it, regardless of your personality, people just notice how ideal it looks. Like it's like a statue, it's very curvy and just beautiful to look at, okay? You guys are just that kind of person. I'm sorry about the lighting. I hope it isn't too bright for you guys. But yeah, I feel like you guys are really confident in your body, really in tune and comfortable with it. And that's something that's also really sexy, the way you move in it, in specific clothing as well. The way like clothes look on your body. It's definitely a moment where you could also wear nothing too and still look just as good. There is that kind of just authentic realness with the way that you guys look. I feel like for this pile, it has a lot to do with your look and the way, just like your body in general. I'm not really picking up on your energy as much, other than like you guys just being a hot mess, like all around, right? But I think with you guys, it has a lot to do with your body, your curves, the way you're built, and just that rawness and authenticity. Okay, so for your last oracle cards, we have Sweetheart, and then we also have Gypsy Columbine. Okay, so with Gypsy Columbine, you guys are wild at heart. You guys are really wild spirit. People don't really think that commitment is a thing with you, because again, with the Lovers card, people will see you in a relationship and they'll just think like, oh, I wonder how long that will last, or like what is she gonna be on to next? It's that kind of energy with the Gypsy Columbine card, where you're just wild at heart. There's no tying you down to something long term, I feel like. I mean, obviously take what resonates, but with this card, you guys just pursue whatever you're most passionate about in the moment and kind of leave commitment or other things at the door, okay? With Sweetheart, I do just get the sense the same thing, like you guys are a mess, but in a good way. Like you look like the life of the party. You look like someone who can take a tumble and still just like have a good time. I also get that you guys just look really sexy with like messy makeup, a smoky eye. Like makeup does wonders for you. You guys are definitely like really hot in some smoked out liner and like messy makeup. You guys could also pull off like messy hair as well with your look. I don't think you guys look put together like at all. There's just something about you that screams like late night, no sleep, just fun time, okay? And also with Sweetheart, you guys, again, it's like if you are a girl or like what, regardless of your gender, you just have a look that is very youthful, very vibrant, and almost like childlike in a way. But I think it's just your exuberance. Like you guys have a lot of energy, a lot of spirit and passion for life. You like to have a good time. You guys are wild. And I feel like people, they feel like they can be a bit more rough with you. Like you guys, again, like you could take a tumble, you could be feisty in the sheets, you know? I do get the sense that people feel like they could be rougher with you in the bedroom. That is a specific message, but yeah, with Sweetheart, I do get this really messy, youthful, vivacious energy, all right? So yeah, these are the main things I'm receiving for this reading, so I will leave it at that. I hope you guys liked it. I hope it made sense to you. If you did like it, feel free to give this video a thumbs up, comment, or subscribe. I would really appreciate that. And yeah, I hope you guys are having a super amazing day wherever you're at. Stay awesome, and I will see you guys later. Hey group 4, welcome to your reading for all of you who chose this pile or this beautiful crystal. Nice choice, guys. This is a Kunzite. I will set this to the side. Let's just dive right into this reading. Let's find out what makes you guys sexy. Okay, let's start off with these cards. Okay, so we have Becoming, as well as Man of the Earth, Woman of the Sky. Okay, I'll set these here. With Becoming, I feel like you guys are coming more into your own as you age. I do feel like that is something that grows even more sexier with you, is with age, okay, and maturity. You guys seem more experienced. You will seem more experienced, more confident in yourself, in your body, and that will make you more sexy, okay? With this card, Man of the Earth, Woman of the Sky, I almost feel like there's something about you, like where you come from, that is really sexy. So it has to do with like your origin. You guys look like physically, you look like the ideal beauty type, or just the ideal from wherever you were born, okay, or whatever country you come from. I do feel like that is almost a fetish. Like, people do think you're hot based off of like where you come from, so like whatever country you're from. For some of you guys, I feel like this also has to do with your accent, so like the way you speak. For some of you guys, you might have a really charming accent. I'm picking up on, this is really random, but some of you guys might be like from the South and have like just a really slow way of talking that's really, you know, deep and sexy. But also like anywhere else in the world, I do feel like with this card, this is a universal thing. So people from other countries would want to fuck you, okay? That is a strong message that is coming through right off the bat with this reading so far, okay? All right, let's get more into this. Let's take a look at your sexual magic tarot. So we have the Fool, okay, as well as the Eight of Pentacles. And we also have the Stars, or just the Star. And lastly, we have the Knave of Chalices. This is also the Page of Cups. Okay, so with the Fool, I feel like you guys are travelers. You guys like adventure. You like going places where you've never been before. So this is a really like fun, experimental energy. People feel like they could experiment with you in the bedroom. It's just really sexy that you guys, or at least you seem really cultured, really worldly, and well-traveled, all right? You seem like an adventurer. Okay, with the Eight of Pentacles, I feel like you guys are always off somewhere else. Like, maybe you're not as connected to the present or you're not always like in touch with your body, but yeah, I feel like you guys are always off somewhere else. You are always traveling. You are always on some new adventure or some journey, right? But with the Eight of Pentacles, it always seems like you're occupied, or like there's something on your mind, that you're in another place, like mentally or physically, or that you guys are kind of like ahead of the scene. You guys are always looking to what's next, what's new. You guys like to be trendy or just be up to date with the trends. With the Star, I feel like it's a similar thing. Like, you guys have a really universal kind of look to you, but also at the same time you look really like cultural, okay? So like wherever you're from, again, the way that you guys are sexy has a lot to do with where you're from, like your origin or your accent, or like your traditions, your culture, things like that, okay? But with the star, you guys are really connected to that like celestial worldly energy where you're looking to the future. The star is a really futuristic card. So yeah, like you guys are never quite in the moment. You guys are really hard to pin down in that way. Like people have a hard time bringing you back from the fairies or from wherever you are traveling to. I am picking up on you guys having really nice skin, really smooth skin. I do also feel like you guys have a more motherly or just like fertile look, okay? Even if you're a dude, it's the type of thing where you have a more like rounder look, rounder features. You might have like moon eyes or lighter skin. There is something about this that is very like celestial because we have the star here. And also with the Fool, it's a very youthful, like unexpected energy. The Fool is all about like taking risks, going on adventures, going on a journey. So people feel, I feel like what's sexy about you, people might like fantasize about traveling with you, going on an adventure with you, going to the beach with you. That is a vibe. But yeah, I just feel like you really appeal to like foreign people or people who are from other countries. I don't know why that is, but I just get with this card in particular that people from a different side of the world or from different countries think you're really sexy, okay? I also feel like there's something about you that looks otherworldly, so maybe you have really bugged out looking eyes, or yeah, there's definitely like you guys look out of it, okay? You don't really look like you're in the present or that you are that tuned in with your body physically, okay? You guys are definitely off somewhere else, who knows where. But yeah, I do feel like that is sexy though in a way, because people just wonder about you, you know? People just wonder like, where is she from? Like, what is going on in her mind? Things like that, okay? If you're a dude, I do feel like you have a really boyish look. I don't know how to say that, but with the Fool here, it's kind of the type of thing where you look really rebellious. If you are a dude, I'm picking up on like crybaby energy. So you could just be like really hot, like Johnny Depp. I don't know. This is a really specific message for some of you guys, but I do get the strong sense like if you're a dude and you chose this pile, you might come from a really jacked up family or just be really rebellious in this kind of Fool way, okay? But regardless of your gender, it's just really has a lot to do with you guys coming from like a country that's fetishized in some way, or it could have to do with you coming from a notorious family. You guys are rebellious, but also just really out of it. I feel like you guys are in your own kind of world most of the time, and people have a hard time like reaching you, you know? There's something about you that seems like really foreign or really otherworldly, okay? All right, let's take a look at your mermaid oracle cards. Okay, so we have Song of the Siren. Okay, yeah, like for some of you guys, I was getting this earlier, but I'll say it again. It's your voice, it's your accent, it's the way you speak that really turns people on. I feel like there are certain people who could just listen to you and just be turned on purely with your voice, okay? With you guys, it is a strong voice moment. Maybe you have a really deep, sensual, seductive voice. Or maybe some of you guys can sing really well. There is something about your voice that is really enchanting, also like calming and can put people to sleep. That is something that I'm picking up on. And then we also have Return of Aphrodite. So with this card, this is like goddess energy, okay? The way you guys look is really beautiful. I feel like your sexiness kind of comes second to your beauty. So if you chose this pile, you guys are probably like really beautiful. Like you look like a goddess. Your hair, the way you guys work it, it's a moment where you guys just look like a god or a goddess. So if you're a dude, it's a similar thing where you just are really handsome, you know? And yeah, and then like your sexiness comes second to that. I do feel like with this pile, it is unique in that way. Like you guys are just so beautiful, but you can also be sexy in that way as well. However, your beauty and your otherworldliness comes first. Okay, so for your final oracle cards, we have Cherry on Top as well as Sacred Fool. Oh my gosh, we have the Sacred Fool as well as the Fool. Wow, guys, you must be like really adventurous here. Again, the Fool is all about adventure, new experiences. People feel like there's something new that you can offer them that they have never experienced before. And that you would be really adventurous and open to trying new things. And being a bit risky too. And then with Cherry on Top, this is a really sweet energy. I just get the sense again that it has more so to do with like your beauty, like your inner, your outer beauty. And then your sexiness is kind of like the cherry on top, you know? I also feel like some of you guys have a really good sense of humor with this card, which can be really sexy. Like you guys just know what to say, and you can like be really seductive with your voice and with your words in general, kind of pull people in. But with Cherry on Top, I think this comes down to you guys just being really fun, adventurous, and all around beautiful, with your sexiness just being the cherry on top of all of this, okay? So yeah, those are the main things I am seeing for this reading. So I will leave it at that for now. I hope you guys liked it. I hope it resonated. If you did like it, feel free to give this video a thumbs up, comment, or subscribe. I would really appreciate that. And yeah, I hope you guys are having a super amazing day wherever you're at. Stay awesome, stay sexy, and I will see you guys later.